I would get up and redeem myself in the eyes of my father, my maker, and my coach.
I again, you selfish son of a bitch.
I'm sorry. Welcome to the podcast. Today, me and Darkwave will talk about what is the best Dynasty Warriors game of all time.
Yes, we will.
Obviously, that's 8. I mean, that's the only
8?
Yes, that's the only Dynasty Warriors.
Is it? Okay, good. Yeah. Conversation over.
Of course.
Oh, were you people expecting a conversation? No clowns. No. 8. Next.
Of course, this is me, Wildfang, with my 2 other guests that aren't in the frame because I am the only and I am the best. There's E4.
Hello.
And then there's Darkwave.
How do you do?
I call him Conclave, by the way. So, there, because it rhymes. Anywho, getting back on topic.
Let the slide this time.
Shut up. Darkwave. Besides the best Dynasty Warriors of all time, what would you rank some of the Dynasty Warriors games of all time before 9 come out? Because, I can't wait till that come out so I can see it for myself. We're on the eve of that game, by the way. 3 days from now.
Which spawned this whole topic in general.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, my favorite Warrior-esque game out of the Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, and the list goes on of the mini anime versions and all that. It's a little bit interesting for me because I had recently picked up Fire Emblem Warriors, which
before I could, of course,
which ironically surprised the hell out of me. And I love Dynasty Warriors Gundam. I did, but there was so much that I felt they could have done that they did not do, and that series has seemingly been scrapped. Dynasty Warriors, as the original, will always have its place with me. Samurai Warriors, I've always been kind of iffy on. I do like the different style, but ultimately, it's still, there's really no challenge within Samurai Warriors, with the exception of maybe like the little tower you can climb up or something like that. You have others like Warriors of Orochi and Hyrule Warriors, which I actually did not play. Not much anyway. I didn't play enough of it to really give a thought on it. But my favorite Warrior-esque game as of now, and this is not including Dynasty Warriors 9, I would probably even say it's recent, and I'll probably say Fire Emblem Warriors. The reason why is because, unlike most of the games, where literally you can just do whatever you please and have no consequence at all, Fire Emblem Warriors, you can't do that.
Oh yeah.
There's actual consequence in that game. I had a woman, I forgot her name. She was early, and they tell you, hey, horses, they suck against arrows. Don't fight them. Now, me being me, I'm thinking, oh, I can maybe survive one shot. Oh no. They one-shot her out the sky. And I have mine on classic mode, because guess where she is? She's still dead.
Oh.
So, yeah. So, and within the game, there is an element of strategy. It kept what makes Fire Emblem so well as its own franchise. Cause you can kind of blow through enemies, but there's this consequence. If you fight someone with a spear using a sword, you will suffer. If you are fighting anyone with a bow and arrow and you're flying, you're dead. So, with that being said, I'm in my thing with it. That is probably so far have been my favorite Warrior-esque game, simply because of the challenge it brings and the strategy. Turn it over to you, Mr. Wildfang.
I'm gonna have to say, mine is definitely, unequivocally be Dynasty Warriors 8. I like Samurai Warriors 4, and I love Dynasty Warriors Gundam 1 and 2, but 3 changed up so much that couldn't care anymore. While Dynasty Warriors, while Dynasty Warriors 1 had the story, Dynasty Warriors 2 kind of had the story, and then Rebirth was just one with extra characters, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm done here. Couldn't take it no more, man.
Let me ask you one quick question before we move on. Very quick question.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that game would have benefited from like a Empires-like mode? In this case, it could have been like Dynasty Warriors Gundam colonies. Basically, you know how they have the different colonies. You think that could have benefited? Where I don't know about creating your own character. I don't know how that would work in Gundam.
Gundam Breaker.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But Gundam Breaker is. I mean, I could see that being. I could see a feature like that in Dynasty Warriors Gundam. I thought a colonies like Empire's version of that game would have been really good. It's a bummer that they don't do it now. I would love to see it come back, Dynasty Warriors Gundam. But with everything they're making with Gundam Versus and Gundam Breakers, which I mean, Gundam Versus is the Gundam fighting game basically, and Breakers I haven't played too much. I played a little bit of the first one in Japanese. It was okay, but I would really love to see maybe we already had a Rebirth, so another Dynasty Warriors Gundam maybe come out, maybe in the form of the Empire style type of gameplay. But that's just me.
Makes sense. Stuff like that could work. I feel like half the games that they have that are Dynasty Warriors based, they could have easily just they could easily put those an Empire's version of them.
Mm-hmm. So it's funny that I would think this topic go, but I have a question for you. Now, this could easily be my initial answer was money, but maybe there's a different. So Samurai Warriors comes out, right? And they automatically allow you to create your character. You don't have to wait for Empires. You don't have to wait for a second game. You don't have to instantly create your character. Why is it on Dynasty Warriors they don't do it?
I don't get
Empires.
I don't get it either. They always do that, and it looks dumb on them on why they do that.
Because I think there was one game. Was it 4 or I think it may have been 4. Yeah. Where you actually could create your character before Empires and play the game with them. My initial thought, other than
Oh yeah, I remember.
My initial thought, other than money, was because Dynasty War, out of all the games, Dynasty Warriors, the franchise, after I would say once it hit 7, really became story focused. So I thought that maybe because it's so story focused now, they wouldn't want a created character in it that legitimately has no purpose in the story. But at the same time, you see with Samurai Warriors, they pretty much just cancel your character out and you only use them on the field. So I don't know. It was just, I've always thought it was kind of interesting. They wait to the Empire, maybe it's for money, to give you a reason to buy the Empire's version or not, But I have no idea.
And my main question with it comes to these games at this point, man, is why don't they put them in English anymore?
Money.
That is me.
That is. Think about this. Dynasty Warriors 9 has over 90 characters.
Yeah.
That and all of them supposed to have their own ending.
Okay.
From what I understand. Now, yes, you don't need to hire 90 voice actors.
Yeah,
you can
honestly,
you could probably hire 10 and be done with it.
Yeah, because 7 and 8 had the same voice actors playing all of the characters.
Yeah, you have just you can hire Stephen J. talk for like 30, maybe 15. You can have Matthew Mercer talk for maybe 10. The list goes on. But it's just cost. Because you have to translate all that stuff. I mean, they already have to translate, but then you have to get the voice actors in. And honestly, Because I remember a while back, Dynasty Warriors used to take a hell of a lot longer to release in America. I think due to hiring the voice actors and stuff. Now I believe this game. I don't know if it's out in Japan already. I think it is, but we're getting it a lot sooner than I would have thought. So I think the same was 8. I think we got 8 a lot sooner than I thought as well. So them not adding English voice actors with the amount of characters they have, I can see it. I really can. It's not like it's Fire Emblem with like 20 characters. So I'm fine with that. Last question before we move on. Wild Fang, if you don't mind. Yeah. Who will be your first character you use in Dynasty Warriors 9?
Sun Jian.
Sun Jian. That's the father of Sun Ce, Sun Quan, and all them, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's been my favorite.
So we're both using Wu. Yep. So we're both using Wu characters. I will be using Wu Shun.
Yeah, Wu has been my favorite since 4, because they technically make more sense.
You're right. I liked Wu. Wu's always been. Lu Xun has been my favorite character since day one. So by default, that made Wu my favorite. I do like Jin. I did like Jin a lot. I won't deny I did love Jin.
Yeah.
But Wu is my
I didn't like Jin
overall favorite
when they changed forgot his name at this point. The dude who now had the wind sword, so he could like create wind pockets and shit.
Yeah, I can't remember his name, but I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know you're talking about.
Zhao. Yeah.
Yeah, Zima Zhao.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty cool.
Yeah, when he was able to create the wind blades and do all that with it, I was like, all right, cool. They made him unique.
I never liked his ultimate though. His ultimate was garbage to me. I never liked it.
The gun or the joint where he just
the gun was like they look like him doing it look cool, but the overall effects of him I never really cared about too much. Like the ball was cool when he used to kick the little energy ball. That was fine, but I mean, yeah. So we're both using Wu.
Of course.
Cool. If people are wondering why you're not hearing E4 because she doesn't play these games, she think we're nerds and we are weeaboos.
I played one of these games, and this is how long ago this was and how much I paid attention. All I remember is that it was on the PS2.
Woo! Well, there you go.
So I don't know what number that was.
Hey, there's so many of them, we don't blame you. So, moving on from Dynasty Warriors, Wild Fang, E4, any more gaming-related subjects out in the world? I do have one. It's kind of non-news, but,
Oh, what is yours? And then we'll talk about mine.
Oh, mine's is, BioWare. Are they dead? Will they die? Or will Anthem succeed?
Oh, Anthem. Ooh, yes. Hold up. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hold up, because that delay and them losses, oh yes.
You know why they delayed it. I think we know why they delayed it.
Oh, because the backlash that the loot boxes and the live player service, and they're not trying to make it like Battlefront.
Yep, you took the words right out of my mouth. They said, now I have this on notes. I remember this in memory. I took this down. So one of the EA BioWare people came out and said the reason why they delayed it was because they didn't want to compete against one of the other games in Battlefront. I mean, not Battlefront, Battlefield, sorry. I looked at that and I said, yeah, right.
Hey, do you want to know something extra funny? Can anybody here tell me the very definition of a delay, real quick?
A delay? The true definition?
Yes.
I don't know the dictionary definition.
No. What in your I don't know the definition of a delay.
Hold.
I would say a delay is fixing your fuck ups before you release the actual product.
Besides that, no. Talk about like the word delay. Like, what in your own words? What does delay mean?
Something that's put on hold either indefinitely, well, actually not even indefinitely, just something that's just put on hold. I think for delay, it's just supposed to be a short term.
Okay, all right, cool. So, delay pretty much means, in my own words, to hold something back for a little bit extra time or to move it aside for a little bit extra time. So why is the CEO of EA saying that the delay of Anthem is not a delay at all, but what they're doing, which is pushing the game back, is the very definition of a delay? Can anybody explain this?
I think they're trying to play the political game here.
Okay.
Like I said, you said the reason, like you said, when I asked you why they delayed it, you said the word right. I believe Anthem was legitimately going to have a bunch of loot boxes. I legitimately thought that game was going to have loot boxes in the terms of, I'm not going to say pay to win, but maybe a slight, maybe cosmetics. And if you think about, okay, let's look at Anthem as a quick refresher. What is the very first game, when you see Anthem on TV, what's the first game you think of? After they explain it, what's the first game you think of? The game that's well known.
That's Destiny. When I first looked at it, it's not even
Destiny, right?
It was Destiny. I don't even play Destiny, and I said Destiny.
Okay. Me and Wild Thing have discussed this many times. I've tried to play the devil's advocate as well as whatever the case may be, but we've spoke about this. One of the biggest problems with Destiny is, to some people, Eververse, which aka Bright Engrams, aka loot boxes. Anthem looks exactly like Destiny, except in third person. In fact, if you could put Destiny in third person, it would be Anthem, minus the mech suits. EA has Battlefront out here, which is god-awful because of the loot box progression. I guarantee you that game was going to have loot boxes, and they are delaying the game, to possibly fix all of that. Their original vision, my opinion, they're delaying to fix their original vision for Anthem. Maybe take loot boxes out of it completely. I wouldn't be surprised if they say at E3. You know it's going to be at E3. We know this.
Oh, yeah.
And they say there will be no loot boxes. If they say there's no loot boxes, I guarantee you their original plan was for using loot boxes as cosmetics.
Yeah. Oh, they were going, cosmetic for suits, cosmetic for weapons. They're just going to try to go with the Overwatch approach.
And I'll say this: if they do say loot boxes, I guarantee you they'll follow up with this. We have loot boxes. There's a way to get cosmetics. They'll say, I'll say this. They'll say, yes, we have a pay to get cosmetics. Different colors. But just because you can pay for it, there are ways in-game, non-free, to get all of it, and it won't be some stupid grind. You'll be able to get legitimate. You may have to do you may have to do maybe a mission on hard or something to get the colors, or you can just buy the cosmetics. But I think their original vision was for that game to be a Destiny killer, a la trying to take from Bungie, Halo killer, not Halo, Bungie, who did kill? Guerrilla Games, when they say, oh, Halo killer with Killzone. So they're trying to have this be the Destiny killer. And their way to doing, maybe not. Depends. It do depend.
It's not going to work because you're trying to be a Destiny killer. But you're copying Destiny and Division. It's like you're copying too many games at once. I remember when I was watching E3 when they first announced it. Nobody that I was watching it with in my little UGL clique was not impressed.
Because here's the problem. No one. I'll say this. I'm not sure if I'll get Anthem. I'll keep it on my radar as a potential.
I said the same thing.
My thing with this is these games, Destiny, The Division, all these kind of multiplayer co-op type of social games have been nothing but disappointment.
Oh yeah.
When Division came out, I was hyped because what they showed me was something that we haven't really gotten that much. It looked like there'd be a class system that you actually have to work together, and it looked like it'd be interesting. The game comes out, and it's nothing more but Destiny 1 in third person with meaningless legendaries, with meaningless gear, and meaningless progression once you hit past level 30.
Oh, of course.
That's Destiny has a problem where they do too many mess ups before they fix anything. I will say this: if Anthem can come out, now they do say there's different mech suits, basically like the mechs the suits will represent like classes or whatever, or skills or builds or whatever, how to determine your playstyle, whatever. If Anthem can come out, not only have the initial game be interesting, have a end game that is true, and not give me a bunch of garbage of why this is happening and why this, I mean, like bad things are happening and all this and that, and then we'll fix it 1,000 times before they actually get it right. It can be fine. Will it save BioWare? It has no choice but to. It has no choice but to save BioWare. If this game flops, BioWare is dead. There will be no more BioWare. This is their Final Fantasy. They delayed it because of that. They know. BioWare knows. This is it. This is their final draw. Mass Effect, the ending of Mass Effect 3 is where it all starts. Then you got Mass Effect Andromeda, which, you hear people say it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
Oh, that was bad.
You got the Dragon Age series, which since after Dragon Age 1 has been
shit. No, it's been shit.
So this is their Final Fantasy. If they keep to their morals and actually make the game what we all want, I've been stating this since probably even high school. What a lot of people want from these games is a good multiplayer experience, something good, something easy to get into, and something fun that lasts you, and have a good end game, and that you can enjoy with everyone, play multiplayer, play with your friends, and not be BS throughout the entire experience. Have gear that means something.
Monster Hunter, Overwatch.
Yes. Games that actually do it well.
And they're constantly doing new stuff, whatever. Overwatch, I look forward to every Halloween playing Dr. Junkenstein, that stuff. They're constantly adding new characters and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, I would like for them to have maybe, I don't know, a fucking story or something with it. But, I'm still fine with how it is. I'm not, going to sit here and nitpick it and whatever like that. That's just my personal preference. But, yeah.
But all in all, what's the number one thing with Overwatch? It's fun. No matter how much you rage, fun. Even if you don't play it for about 2 months. I haven't played Overwatch in like 2 months before yesterday.
Oh, I think it's been about that long for me too, yeah.
But overall, when you look at Overwatch, no matter your feelings, no matter how bad the team may be, no matter what goon you run into when you're freaking playing and they have a Doomfist and there's a Tracer and they refuse to switch to Sombra to counter her, or anyone they counter for that matter, at the end of the day, you still have fun with Overwatch. You still have fun with Overwatch. Monster Hunter. Yep. Yes, the online of it, it's kind of janky at times. The servers sometimes crash. But if you get in there with your friends, and you get in there and you legit play with your friends, it's a fun game. It will be fun. Even if you die,
it's fun.
You roll with pugs, and they all die, and then you end up dying, which causes it because other two people die twice.
Yeah.
But you still enjoy the game. You still have fun. Anthem needs that. Anthem doesn't need that first hype. They don't need that first initial 5 minutes of flair. They need to have longevity. It needs to have fun. Just have fun. Give me classes that I actually care about. Give me loot that I actually care a crap about. Give me an end game that actually is an end game once I beat the story. Make it fun to actually go out here with my friends and actually play together. Don't give me just a good multiplayer where I fight against everyone. Give me a good co-op experience. Because ultimately, I think a lot of the casual, and a lot of people actually care more about co-op sometimes than multiplayer. Multiplayer is fun. Yeah. You can still play with your friends, but more people want the experience because it gets you away from the toxicity of the community when you're playing multiplayer.
That's why
people camping in corners.
That's why I like
playing what?
Myself. That's why I like playing by myself half the time in these games. People don't really believe in me when I say this. I'm like, I play by myself.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's what people want. Monster Hunter is that good co-op game. Yes, like I said, it's a little bit janky trying to get into games because one person has to watch the cutscenes, and then you gotta, but once you pass all that and you actually get into the game, the optional missions, which is the abundance of them, you can just go through them, and it's a good co-op game. It's a good experience. It's a bit cheap. Monster will piss you off, but you have fun. You have fun with Anthem.
Lightning Horse Unicorn.
Oh yeah, I fought him.
Yeah.
2 of them.
Lightning Horse. No, we've been kind of failing.
Yeah, I had my friend with me. He's like 100 rank 39, and we still had trouble.
I'm gonna need some help.
They're hard. Are you using melee? Don't use melee.
No, I actually not. I'm using my bow. Okay.
He's weak to fire.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And he's don't worry, he still will wreck you. So, and we had to fight 2 of them, and we killed him in we killed the second one with 3 minutes left. So
it's been whipping my ass.
Yeah, he's yeah, let's just say that.
Yeah,
but that's all I wanted.
I literally said I keep telling the weakness of these monsters. People don't be listening half the time. But neither here nor there. Now on to the main bulk of everything, guys. It's finally time to talk.
No, I thought we were going to talk about the last topic in the video games, the game that I just wanted to see what you guys. Well, I guess I don't know. It'll probably be you, Wildfang, because Darkwave doesn't know about the game.
Okay, ask him about the game.
So there's a game coming out, Vampire or Vampire or however, whichever has a Y in it.
Jesus Christ!
That's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. All right, Vampire. So it's a RPG. It's gonna be multi-platform. I think it comes out in May, June. I think it comes out in June. It's a single player game, which is nice because it's always nice to just have a single player game. So pretty much what this game is about is you are a doctor, and I think the time period is pretty much kind of like that time period for Jack the Ripper, kind of ish time period, and you got turned into a vampire. So you have to, the doctor, you're torn between being a doctor, doing your little, your Hippocratic oath, and you have to help people and all of that kind of stuff, and then your other side of you, which is a vampire, with you wanting to eat people and suck their blood and stuff. Apparently, with this game, of course, what you do and who you kill actually matters. There's just not a bunch of random bots and stuff like that where you can just kill 5 people and then level up. Apparently, who you kill. So there's one where there's a boy, there's a mother, and there's a son. The son, I believe, is a killer. He's a killer, whatever, like that. So, if you kill the mother, though, who was an innocent, you become a little bit stronger. If you kill the son, who is a killer, you'll just gain just half of your power. So it's kind of well, do I want to be powerful and stronger, but then I kill an innocent, or do I want to just still be kind of weak, but then I got a killer off the streets?
That's pretty cool.
So it's just that. So it's that kind of game. Looking at it and stuff like that, they say that it's not, open world. It's semi-open world, but there's, the dialogues and stuff like that, and pretty much it matters and stuff like that who you kill. There's not just random bots and stuff like that you go out and you just eat 5 people, whatever. Every single person, every single kill you make actually affects your gameplay and actually matters.
Interesting.
It is. It comes out late
I don't have much to say. While you were saying this, I was actually looking up stuff on it. Looking up gameplay of it while you were describing it. From what you described and from what it looks, I don't know if I'll be picking it up because I have way too much to. I'll probably still be playing Dynasty Warriors at that point. But
we'll see if it's good. If it's goddamn good.
I mean,
you forgot to add that part. If they
let's put like this. Let's put like this, man. It can't be no worse than 6.
Oh God.
It couldn't.
Okay.
I've been watching gameplay. It's not. It looks already. It looks like it's 10 times better than 6.
But
we'll discuss that after the podcast.
Okay.
Back to E4's point. If you're not looking forward to this, is like a game for if you're not looking forward to anything else, definitely keep it on your radar. Hell, I would maybe buy it if if you have nothing else that is coming out and you're generally interested in it. I give it a shot. Whether you want to buy it at full price or wait for it to go on sale.
Yeah, it will be full price, $59.
It looks like, from what I've seen of it, and from what you're saying, it looks like something that would be interesting to play. It's not your typical just kill. It looks like it's an interesting story. I don't know how the story will be. I don't know how the technical things that like frame rate and graphics, all that will be.
Yeah.
But if you told me that, and I had nothing else, and I was really into the vampire genre, which I am, but I'm not. And I would definitely keep it on my radar if I was you. I don't know if you want. I don't know. I say go for it. I mean, the worst that can happen is that it sucks, and then you can come on here and then rage about it.
Hey, literally for me, I definitely would be getting that. Because I don't actually have a lot this year. Let me tell you what's left on my pre-order list, and you're gonna probably be a little bit like, what? Literally on my pre-order list as we speak, my friends, is Dynasty Warriors 9 and Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet.
That's it. The same.
Your list is longer than mine.
Yes, that's
all I have.
Yeah,
I have one. I just have one.
Yeah.
What's that?
Red Dead 2. That's pretty much it.
That's not even relevant. You might as well say you have none. It doesn't come out till October.
I pretty much. I have nothing.
That does not come out. Now, my question is why did they delay that game?
Because Rockstar likes making good games. They name a bad game they've made.
I would like for them to take their time with it, so I'm fine.
You know what the rumor is? Why they delayed it though? You know what the real rumor is?
What is the?
That's what I've heard. Why I've heard in the grapevine why they delayed it because they're trying to make they were going to include a battle royale-esque style in that game, which apparently takes 6 months to do.
We'll see, but considering that they don't make bad games, I'm giving.
They have not yet.
Not yet.
Let's not claim it.
I mean, Red Dead Redemption would be good. I enjoyed the first one. I'll definitely be picking it up.
Yeah. But now, what was that? There was a game I wanted to. Shit, what did I want to bring up? I forgot. I literally had it in my head, but then I lost it because vampire is interesting. Kingdom Hearts. You guys excited for that? No? Okay.
I'll be on 30 by the time that game come out.
You know my opinions on Kingdom Hearts. I'm not going to get into it here. So.
Okay. Damn it.
We'll be able to apply for our AARP cards by the time that game comes out.
Yeah, that's hilarious. There was another game that I was actually about to bring up.
I don't know what game he's going to bring up. Was it something on your pre-order list? Was it God of War?
Oh, yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Quick question, guys. Quick question. When a game says that all the bosses in the game are optional, what does that mean?
Dark Souls?
No. There are some optional bosses in Dark Souls. If you skip all the boss fights, you'll die when you try to go fight the last boss.
Okay, I know. Legend of Zelda, the one that just came out. I can't remember the name of it now.
Breath of the Wild?
Okay. Yeah, Breath of the Wild, because everything's optional.
Yeah, you can literally go to the last boss. But, that
you can go right to Ganon.
Yeah, that game, it's different because that's an open world Zelda game. And you could literally live your life and, have a house and live a farm, all that type of shit. Get a girl if you want to. Get your motorcycle.
Yeah.
Right, but, that's a little different. This God of War literally just came out yesterday. It said all of the bosses in the game are optional. This is a story-driven game, by the way, where you have to move forward. So that means, by logic, there are no boss fights in the game. The last game I heard that did that dumb shit happened to be Metal Gear Solid 5. Your opinions on that?
Well, I don't think that affects if the game will be good or bad. All that tells me is that if you're too much of a casual who can't fight bosses, then you don't have to. And I'm going to assume that if you don't fight them, you'll be weak as all hell. So when you actually get to the spot where you have to do something, you'll fail 100 times over until you get lucky. So.
All right. That being said, you make sense. You make complete sense. All right. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of what we need to talk about today.
Oh, jeez.
First of all, right, the meat and potatoes, WWE. The WWE Royal Rumble. All right.
Which one?
Okay, with the whole pay-per-view, funny person. The whole pay-per-view.
Remember, there was two. One of them was historic.
Shut up!
History!
Okay. History?
Historically. Okay. Now, we're not just going to talk about the Royal Rumble. We're going to talk about the 2 weeks after that bullshit. Okay? Now, right. First, I want to ask you a quick question, right? Overall, what were your opinions on that Royal Rumble as a whole? Starting with you, Dark Wade, because...
I think we covered this last show, but in case we didn't, I don't remember.
Royal Rumble was
Royal Rumble. Okay, it wasn't a bad show. It wasn't. The Rumble itself, the men's Rumble, was better than I thought it would be.
The best in the last 2 years. The best one in the last 2 fucking years.
Well, yeah. Look at the winners.
This was still ass.
Look at the winners of the last 2. I mean, I don't know. I enjoyed this Rumble. I enjoyed Elias. Yeah. I enjoyed Baron Corbin laying waste to everyone. What I did not like was Ty Dillinger. Yeah, I love the Heath Slater stuff. I did not like Ty Dillinger.
Ty Dillinger just got replaced. I don't understand why they. You know what? I'm sorry.
I know why they're doing it. There's news. There's news on Dillinger. There's news.
I told her this morning.
Yeah, there's news.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. But let me play this. I'll sum it up in a very quick sentence. The right people won. The right people won.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now, are we talking about the rest of the card? Because the rest of the card...
We're talking about the pay-per-view in a whole, not...
the pay-per-view... Okay, the Rumbles were fine. Even the women's Rumble surprised me. All the Rumbles were fine. The rest of the card... AJ and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Okay, typical, whatever. Open the show. Tag team matches. Meow. I will say this though: the Seth Rollins, the character work of Jason Jordan was fine. They used him perfectly. The triple threat Universal title match. Who cares? And that's about it.
Okay.
The Rumble was good. Everything else was average. Was terrible to average, at best.
Okay. Now, Mrs. E4, what was your opinion on the Rumble as a whole?
This shit was just utterly predictable, and I did not like or care for. I like the men's a lot more, and I don't know if I can be a sexist against that because I am a woman, but I did not particularly care for the women Rumble. As soon as I saw Lita, I immediately told you, and I need to be a psychic. I said, "Oh, okay, the women that was all standing there on the stage for the 25th anniversary for Raw, they're all coming out here." He was like, "No," and I said, "Yeah, because of that means that we're gonna unfortunately get the fucking Bellas, both of them." He was like, "Oh, that's a funny joke." And I was like, "Okay, we're going to get the Bellas, and I guarantee you one of them is going to be in like the last 4, if not the last 2, because lol, John Cena." I I did not like none of it. And then and as much as I like Naomi, they pretty much was like, all right, we have to have a Kofi for this Rumble. Naomi, you're black. Let's pick you. We'll have you do something where, you're kind of out the ring, but your feet didn't touch the ground, and then we'll have you do this stuff. And then it was just completely cliche. It was completely predictable. I hated all of it. It was nice to see some of the old females. It was nice to see Jacqueline. It was nice to see Michelle McCool. I thought it was hilarious that Philly was like, thank you, Taker. It was nice. They still got it. Was doing pretty good. Beth Phoenix still looks awesome, amazing. It was really nice to see, the Glamazon. Just everything else about that woman's was just, I didn't like it. That's my honest to goodness opinion. I did not like it. The men's, and first of all, with the women's, again, I already knew who the hell was going to win. I already know Asuka was going to win it. Because no one's ready for Asuka.
No one's ready for Asuka.
With the men's one, the reason why I say this and I like the men's one a little bit better was because it kind of kept me a little bit on my seat, because I didn't honestly know who was going to win. I know who I wanted to win, but I didn't know who was actually going to win this. Then when I saw with the last four, I kind of had a thought. I was like, all right, obviously Shinsuke is going to win this. And again, I make the argument of saying, why the fuck is John Cena on my screen? But that's just me and my personal hatred of him. That I did not particularly care for anything. I was in and out of the room, doing everything but watching this. I tuned in for some stuff. I got entirely pissed off, of course, with number 10, because I love Ty Dillinger, and then they just keep burying him after every fucking thing. It's just like, why? I will note on one part that I kind of liked and kind of would like to see something done with this, with the whole Broken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt kind of thing, with them two standing there and them two kind of working together, and then I can't remember which wrestler he went and grabbed, but him just pretty much grabbing him out the corner and him just throwing him to Matt like he was a piece of meat. I thought that was actually pretty funny, and it's kind of like, well, they just need to just be kind of some team or something, or work together, or just have Matt just now be part, like a new Wyatt family member. I don't know. Just do something with him, because Jesus Christ, again, Bray Wyatt, I made the thing saying that you had Bray Wyatt, who you keep burying, but you had him beat Broken Matt Hardy on his debut, and then yet you constantly have him keep still though losing feuds. So I don't know what's going on with this. That makes no sense. But whatever. I hated all of it, except for just some parts of the men. And that's just my opinion.
Okay. Now, my opinion. Overall, the show was kind of garbage, except the men's Royal Rumble. Literally it. The rest of the show was so fucking stupid and pointless. That women's match was stupid. The fucking women's Royal Rumble was so fucking I've never been so annoyed watching a match in my life until I watched the women's Royal Rumble match. Because it made no sense. Why half the time when a woman falling out of the fucking ring?
Yeah, my biggest problem.
Like,
my biggest problem.
Come on. Why y'all keep going out of the ring? Y'all are supposed to be in the ring. Y'all, like, the
and that was confusing.
Yeah, you didn't know who was still in the Rumble.
We thought Sasha Banks was out like 10 minutes ago, and then you see her rolling back up in there, and I was like,
right?
Hey, I thought she was out. Okay,
that was some of the best character work we've seen from Sasha, and I don't know, since her call up.
Yeah.
So.
But
yeah,
that's why I want to see.
That's just the thing for her. Just she's going to go heel. It's obviously going to happen sometime soon. That was quite obvious. Especially with the conversation that her and Bailey had. Bailey was like, "Can I get some pointers?" I'm like,
stick to Royal Rumble.
Stick to it.
Not yet. Royal Rumble first. Yeah.
But I'm gonna pick. Go.
What were you saying? Go ahead, finish.
I said I'm gonna piggyback on E4's comment about the whole Kofi spots. Honestly, I'm sick of all of it. I am so sick of Kofi spots in every Rumble. It amounts to nothing.
Oh.
That's his thing. That's what he's known for. Every commercial that we see for the Royal Rumble, you always see Kofi doing his little handstand.
It amounts to something. For the last 3 years, he's done that, and he's been eliminated seemingly right after. What's the point?
That's the same with Naomi. She did all this kind of thing, walked on the side and stuff like that, was up in the chair or whatever, and then soon as she got on the tightrope, and then it was Nia Jax, and then Nia Jax just threw her over the top. I was like, so you just did all that for nothing?
I honestly hope they tone it down. The Kofi-esque spots. If you're not going to give whoever does it, it used to be the John Morrison spots, now it's the Kofi spots. If you're going to have that, I need to see that person in the top 5. At least. Not immediately thrown out right after it.
All right.
It is utterly embarrassing and stupid that I am seeing this man do all this and for nothing. But,
right.
Like, I saw
this for nothing, and
Naomi. I legitimately saw Naomi do all this, and I'm like, okay. Kofi did this spot 3 years ago.
And then she got caught by Nia Jax, and she didn't get thrown. I was like, what was the effing point of all of this?
I clapped my hands. I actually clapped for that. You know why? Because as she did that, she got thrown on the rope. I said, good job, Naomi. You are officially stupid and did all that simply for nothing. You wasted energy just to get thrown on the rope. Good job, WWE book.
Okay.
Well, you know what she should have did? She should have just got in the ring and then just crawled out from the bottom, because that's a thing with the women's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My question is, why no one just sit out the ring? She could have just sat there the entire match.
That pretty much.
Where's the logic? I just sat right there on the apron like this. Poor Chris Jericho. What did he do? He just rolled out the ring and sat there for 30 minutes and watched.
So did The Miz, but all right, let's get specific. All right, because I remember we also talked about the predictions. But let's go down the card, all right? The Cruiserweight Classic, featuring last Cruiserweight Classic, that match. How did you feel about the faces winning that?
Who cares? Move on.
I don't think anybody knows what the Cruiserweight division is.
The Revival.
Oh, well, there is news about that. We don't know. There's news.
Oh, yeah.
There's news.
I got about this. And for the last 2 weeks, it actually has been.
Yeah, we'll get to it. But right now, we're on the Royal Rumble. Let's stick to the Rumble right now. Because I have a lot to say after the aftermath of this fucking Rumble.
Oh, well, do you want to also talk about, after the history women's joint and the abomination that came after that?
What did I just say? Jesus Christ.
Go down the car, man. Go down the car. But Cruiserweight, who cares? Move on.
Okay. Bobby Roode or the Revival versus the Club? How did y'all feel about that?
Am I supposed to actually give you like a response to these matches?
Okay, moving on. Bobby Roode versus Mojo Rawley for the championship.
Am I legitimately supposed to give you like a discussion on these?
No.
Really? Okay then. Who cares? Who cares?
I there you go. I'm with Darkwave. I hate Mojo Rawley. There you go.
Okay, now let's start with the.
He's not even on my radar. I can't even hate him.
The AJ Styles Kevin Owens match. It's like
I'm so sick of seeing AJ. I'm so sick of seeing Kevin Owens and this whole Sami Zayn shit. They need to break. I'm getting very sick of them seeing on my TV every beginning of SmackDown and or the middle. They're starting to sit here and yell and get on my nerves just as much as damn Stephanie is on Raw.
Oh Lord.
I'm not upset. I'm not sick of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. What I'm sick of is all being tied in to give us more political garbage with that seemingly is leading nowhere with Shane and Daniel Bryan. That's where I'm getting tired of it. I mean, if Daniel comes back and wrestle, fine. But again, once again, the WWE Championship is being buried. It was buried for 6 months with Jinder Mahal.
Oh,
the modern day
and is being buried again because seemingly nothing is about the title. It's all about Daniel Bryan and Shane O'Mac. Yeah, they're fighting for a WWE Championship. AJ is just a center man. The match was fine.
you have the same people go like they need to say at some point. All right, hey, like they did the last time. Hey, Sammy. Hey, Kevin. As long as AJ has this belt, you're not touching it. You're done.
Well,
You're done.
this is the time of WWE where feuds go on forever. Just look at the Bar and Rollins and his multiple tag team partners.
Let's not.
So, like they've been wrestling since June. Look at every Rollins match. That's all he's had, except for here recently. So
okay, and what would you rate this match, the handicap match? Granted, I didn't like it was a handicap match. It was still fucking stupid, and the way it ended was dumb.
Out of what?
Out of 5. Let's use 5. You know what? Let's use star system. The star system.
I mean, I guess 3 stars. I guess.
I'm gonna have to agree with that one. I'm gonna have to agree with that. Okay. 100%. E4. What would you rate?
If I'm throwing.
All right.
Just on the match, not including storyline. Yeah, 3 stars.
Yeah.
Okay, not including storyline, not including my personal preference and stuff. Yeah, I'll give it that as well.
Okay. Next is the Usos versus Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin.
No, you're saying it wrong. You gotta say it Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin.
Or
yeah,
I tried to call them Benjables, but you know.
The Benjables. Oh my God, no.
Benjables. That's a good name for them.
Shelton Benjamin.
Or you can call him Shelton Gable. Or Chad Benjamin.
They're pretty much American Alpha 2, but you know.
Or we can call them Oreos, but you know, whatever. Anyway.
That's racist.
Oh no, Notorios. You can call them Notorios.
Shut up.
I don't know, man. The match was actually fine.
Yeah, the match was.
I love the Usos. Man, it was pretty good. It was good.
I was shocked that it went 2-0, clean sweep.
Me too. I was legit like.
I was like, all right, so somebody's gonna do 1-1, and
yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it would be a typical two quick falls, and then the last one would be a 20-minute match.
Yeah.
But it didn't turn out that way. It was a fun match.
It was a pretty okay, but I was surprised that they clean sweep. Last time we saw a clean sweep like that, it was SummerSlam 2014, and John Cena versus Brock Lesnar was a thing for some reason.
That's that match. Oh boy.
The next match on that card now. You know what?
No star system for that?
Me, I'd say 3.5 on that one.
Yeah, 3.5.
Yeah.
Okay, skipping past the next thing because I want to spend more time on that one. Cesaro and Sheamus versus Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan.
I'm giving no opinions about this.
I'm honestly, I like this more than the SmackDown one. Legitimately, I liked it more than the SmackDown one because it told a story. It told more of a story in the ring, it led to,
It told a story, but at the same time, like
it's a story that I've been hearing about.
Like it did tell a story about what's his name, but in the end, it was one.
It was essentially a handicap match.
So I didn't really enjoy that myself. So if I was to give those stars,
I'll give this the same as the AJ match. Legitimately, it was pretty much the same as the AJ match. But it had more story. But I give it a 3-star match. It was. You can never go wrong with Rollins and Cesaro in the ring. They're both phenomenal athletes. It gets the same score as AJ and the other match because they essentially both were handicap matches.
Oh yeah.
Only reason why I give Usos a 3.5 is because the match was, I guess, more enjoyable as just like ooh and ah, and I was more in shock factor of the mainly the shock factor of 2-0 sweep is why I give it 3.5 stars. But I'm going to give Rollins and Cesaro and Ambrose, I wish, and Sheamus.
Yeah.
3-star match. It was a handicap match, essentially, but it did tell an interesting story, which led to a later discussion later on in WWE's portion of the podcast.
Okay. Now, all right. Brock Lesnar versus Brock Lesnar triple threat match.
Fuck Brock Lesnar.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna go on record here now. I legitimately do not care about the Universal title. I don't. There's not a single match.
It is so. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There is no matches they can do for me until there's no matches up until Mania that they can do that I'm going to legitimately care about. Anything regarding why? Because we already know the outcome. That is the whole problem. Like, okay, the AJ Styles match honestly could have went to Sammy and Kevin. It would have been interesting to see a co-WWE champion. So there's intrigue there. There's intrigue. I wouldn't, the match with Shinsuke would have been jeopardized a little bit, but they could have get AJ the title back at Fastlane or something like that, or the next night on SmackDown. We don't know, but there would have been intrigue on a co-champion. With the Universal title, what's the intrigue? We know where it's going. We know the finish line. We know the destination. We know how it's going to end. I legitimately do not care about the Universal title. I just don't. I legitimately looked at this match and I watched hentai. I'm not even going to say it in line. I legitimately watched the hentai while this match was going on. I did not care. Did not care. 1 star. I did not care.
Yeah.
I don't give it nuts.
I'd say 2. You know what? No. I'd give the legit injuring of Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar alone to 5 stars because that shit was hilarious. But
I wouldn't give that moment a 5 stars. That was the only reason why I get a 1 star. The only reason why.
You're nice. You're nice.
And honestly, despite I'm actually throwing out storyline here as a match. It gets a 1 star. You want me to tell you why? I just been seeing that all past Monday Night Raws. Garbage. I've been seeing the same garbage on Monday Night Raws. Flipping over tables, Batman and grappling hooks on stage. Ooh, you flipping with tail. Didn't I just see that 3 months ago on SummerSlam? Oh, I guess not WWE. 1 star.
Oh yeah,
Batman.
Absolute garbage.
Oh yeah, we're idiots. Oh yeah. It was like, okay. Then as soon as Brock Lesnar, I was like, what the fuck was the point of this match?
Like, I'm seeing rinse and repeat.
Yeah, and Brock
For
Lesnar
what?
the same way. And Kane was obviously there to take the fucking...
Lesnar wins.
Yeah. Lesnar won the match, and now
Why is
okay,
Kane even back?
Why the fuck was
can't...
Kane in that damn match? What the fuck was the point of Kane? He didn't do shit.
Is this 2003?
To get pinned.
Oh wait,
to get pinned.
2017. This is 2018, right?
Yeah. And I was upset as soon as Kane was like, I'm in the match. Like, bitch, what the fuck are you on my TV for? Who cares? Like, why are you here?
To get pinned. That's why. To get pinned. That's why he
Guess what's coming back? Big Show, guys! Yeah! We'll see Big Show Universal title! Yeah!
Wait for that match. That's gonna be fucking interesting.
But by that point, we know who has the Universal title by that point. So, I mean, hey!
Roman Reigns, but, but
Jesus
whatever.
Christ.
Now let's start with this stupid Royal Rumble, the men's one, okay? How did you guys feel about the men's Royal Rumble?
I liked it. I thought it was fun.
Okay.
I liked it better than the women's.
Look, I have a few gripes with it. Mainly the fact that what's the name keeps coming out at 10, Ty Dillinger. Okay, the 10 gimmick.
No, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
All right. So, my main issue with that shit is like you're burying my dude here because he got over by himself. Oh, okay. Thanks, Debbie.
He got over. He did his job, and he's being punished for doing his job.
He's getting punished. He's getting punished for it. So let's sit here and put, a whiny Sami Zayn in his place for this, which, by the way, made no fucking sense because everybody was fighting him and was sitting here like, oh, we can get him off the top rope. Motherfuckers, excuse me, but he's not in the damn Rumble, so it doesn't matter.
Actually,
what you do with him.
It's not the first time this has happened.
I understand that. I understand that. However, I'm just pissed because I wanted to see Ty Dillinger. And
my problem is it went nowhere. Sammy didn't last but what? A cup of coffee.
Sami Zayn didn't last, and I'm looking at it now. He lasted 6 minutes.
Like, you know what? I want to. You know what? I may say the Royal Rumble was fine, but there are problems. Let's talk about the biggest problem in the Rumble. Number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 3 entrant. I'm here to show the world. I'm here to show the world. Come on. 9 seconds later. Off the Rumble. Go home. Are you freaking kidding me?
2 fucking minutes of my time. So I just had
90
one major question.
seconds.
Why the fuck did you come back? Where the fuck did you go? Why the fuck did you even enter the Royal Rumble? You just had the damn title. It makes 0 sense. Like, you had a title. Why did you give up the title? If you're
who else was going to be in that spot? Who else was going to be in that spot?
Anybody.
It could have been anybody. Bludgeon Brothers.
Bludgeon Brothers.
Luke Harper.
Anybody. Dolph Ziggler? Where the fuck were you? What are you doing here?
And Bobby Roode
We haven't even seen him on a freaking SmackDown since the Rumble, have we?
Yeah, he dropped the title. He left the United States title in the ring. And he left for 7 weeks.
He left
Came back in the Rumble. And did nothing. I don't know.
I haven't seen him. We were doing WWE commercials. That's what, you know what, you're right, yeah.
I don't know. Like, I sat there. And when he came out, I said, oh, okay, maybe Shinsuke won't win. I legitimately said maybe Shinsuke won't win.
Alright.
No.
And then I see him go over the top rope, and I'm like, what? Wait, what? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, when I saw John Cena as the last 4, I said, I swear to goodness. I swear. For goodness.
And what about the Hurricane returning?
You
can really hear them scraping the bottom of the barrel at that one. It's like, the fuck is the Hurricane?
I was never a fan of the Hurricane. I was a fan of Gregory Helms. So, hey. There you go.
What about Rey Mysterio?
He looked
fucking beast.
So good.
And he's doing a match in New Japan Pro Wrestling against Juice and Thunder Liger coming up. Oh man, he's gonna be beast.
He looked good. But why does WWE keep trying to put him on a full-time schedule? Motherfucker was like, no, I'm just gonna do part-time.
I mean, he's 40 plus years old. He doesn't need to do full-time. What does he need to do full-time for?
Accidents. Vince is like, we want you to do full-time. No.
Just let him do only TV tapings. Is it? Only TV tapings. No house events, no house shows. TV tapings and pay-per-views.
Right.
Really?
Now, do they put him on 205 Live? Maybe. I could see him going to 205 Live.
Oh yeah, with Triple H, yeah. But
you know, I can see him doing that. It's an hour of TV. He doesn't have to show up anywhere until, that day. It's once a Tuesday. He doesn't have to do. He can do a few Monday Night Raws. He doesn't do every Monday Night Raw. Which is weird that they appear on Monday Night Raw instead of SmackDown Live is on Tuesdays, but whatever.
Yeah.
3-hour show, so they fill the time with them. But you can have him on some Monday Night Raws. Some. Have him every taping of 205 Live, or not even every taping. Legitimately, he can be on maybe once the tournament is over. He's actually have him on a few shows until he gets in a proper storyline. And then if you want, you can put him on TV every week, or you can put him on TV every other week.
Yep.
And, a few Raws to build up to a program for a match. Or if you don't want him in the Cruiserweight division, only put him on. I said put him on SmackDown Live.
Put him in a feud with someone.
Put him on SmackDown Live. That way, it's 2 hours. So if you can't film on, he'll have to be on TV. And just have him feud with
not a cruiser.
Bobby Roode.
Thank you. That would be fucking.
Feud Bobby Roode. Maybe revisit him and Randy Orton.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, Bobby Roode's supposed to be gonna be, I guess, apparently doing something with Randy Orton, I guess.
Oh boy, I'm gonna love to talk about that one when we get to it.
Oh yeah, I would like to talk about that too.
All right, but next, right? All right. So my question about the Royal Rumble, right? The person that surprised me the most was not only Adam Cole, but Andrade Cien Almas. and the fact that motherfucker lasted for 29 minutes. How do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, he did. He did about 30 minutes. Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
it was great. Cornard came in there and got thrown out the ring, but I mean,
hey yo, besides the fact that he got eliminated by the Rocco, okay.
Hey man,
for me,
I give Randy.
Huh?
No, go ahead.
I would say for me, Andrade actually did surprisingly well, and he was legit fun in the Royal Rumble watching him.
Oh yeah, he was. He didn't do much, but he was fun. After that match at Takeover, it was like seeing him in the Rumble was like, you're a beast.
You're a fucking beast, and that fire.
And I didn't mind Randy Orton eliminating him. I did not mind Randy Orton eliminating him.
Me neither. I didn't. I was like, oh god, he's.
He
was just there.
It's funny about Randy Orton, and I'm not saying this because I like him. He's been one of my favorites since day one. It's funny because people say Law Cena wins and this and that, and people say Orton. But I don't mind when Orton eliminates because Orton will put people over. Orton. We're not going to talk about the Bray thing. I know why they did this to Bray. It was a reward for Orton getting his ass beat by Brock Lesnar. But if you look at the career Orton's had, he's legitimately, he's put over a lot of people. I mean, he may win the feud in the end, but he's put over quite a few people. He put over Wade Barrett. He put over Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship. I think he put over Cody Rhodes at least once. And then before then, he wasn't always a main eventer. He was at the mid-card, upper mid-card for a while. Oh. So, I don't mind when Randy Orton, I guess, kind of gets the law, I guess you can say. Because it's been seen that he will legit put people over. I think he's better off as a heel. What he's doing now is actually entertaining. What he's done the last two SmackDown Lives, the SmackDown before the Rumble and the SmackDown out and the most recent SmackDown. You know what? Screw it. Let him do that every week. People pop. So, just want to give my little thought about. I've heard people say, "Oh, look at who eliminated Randy Orton." I mean, Randy Orton. I mean, he puts over talent. He does. You can look at Randy Orton and you say, yeah, he might win, and he didn't put over Rusev.
Oh yeah, that was fucked up, but
well, he did put him over once in the match, but I mean, better than what John Cena did. John Cena came back and immediately buried him. So, at least with Randy, it's a little bit more tolerable when things like that happen. At least in my case, I can tolerate it more.
Yeah.
So that's just my personal thoughts on that. But continue, Wild Fan.
And now the main thing I want to talk about here, right? The fucking Final Four, right? What were your opinions on that Final Four? Being fucking John Cena 2, and fucking Finn Balor, aka the Iron Man, and fucking Shinsuke Nakamura.
Well, two of them were I guess you want to say Shinsuke. Shinsuke was predictable, but not 100% lock. I guess you can say. We knew Roman and Cena would be the last two, or in the last 5, 4 or 5. I honestly was fine with that. I know why they did it, to get over Shinsuke Nakamura more. I would have preferred it been Shinsuke and Finn Balor the last two.
Yep.
That could have told a hell of a story. Finn Balor lasted from number 1 to the final 2. That would have been a story that could lead to something. But I mean, I don't have much to say because it's honestly, we knew John Cena and Roman would go very far. We knew it. If not the last and not the top 4, we knew this. But it is what it is. Shinsuke eliminated both Cena and Roman, so it got him more over than anything. So, did its job. It did its job. I got.
All right. Let's talk about the travesty that is the Women's Royal Rumble. Now, I want to, because I have the list here of the people. Now we know Sasha Banks was the Iron Woman, right? Who was your favorite in? No. Hold up, Kairi Sane, right? When she got and who she got eliminated by. What were your feelings when you saw Dana Brooke fucking eliminate Kairi goddamn Sane? Yeah, exactly. A ghost eliminated fucking Kairi Sane. I wish the wind eliminated her, and I would have been less pissed.
I wish she just would have been like Stone Cold and been like, "Oh, the ropes were slippery, so whoops." You go, Dark Wave.
When that moment happened, I was sitting down. I had a nice cold beverage. Kairi Sane came out, and I was happy. She is probably the most adorable looking woman in all of WWE. And then I see her get eliminated by Dana Brooke. My first reaction was, huh? My second reaction was, wow, that was quite soon. And then my third reaction was utter rage and anger. Why on earth would you have Kairi Sane come out and last only but maybe just about maybe 7 minutes to get eliminated by someone who is in Titus Catering?
4 minutes.
And I'm taking that quote from a podcast of JD from 206.
Yes.
Sorry, JD from New York 206.
Yeah.
I'm taking that from him for this episode. A woman who's in Titus Catering to eliminate Kairi Sane, who's supposed to be so high on. And it pissed me off. All I could do was just shake my head.
You shook your head? You didn't just scream at this TV?
I didn't want to scream because people were sleeping. I legit just put I put my soda down. I just sat there with my friend was watching with me, and she just saw me, and she said, "Calm, it's okay." And I said, looked at her and said, "No, it is not okay. You telling me that Dana fucking Brooke? I don't give a crap how big her tits is. I don't care how pretty she might think she looks. To give her a moment to eliminate Kairi Sane, it should have been the other way around. In fact, I would want Kairi Sane to go through almost the whole Rumble.
I wanted to see.
Give me a stare down between her and Asuka.
Exactly.
I was hoping for a stare down between her and Asuka. I really was. And did we get it? No, because of Dana Brooke. And then, you know, and ever since then, you know, because Kairi hasn't been on NXT for a couple weeks. After that, you know, NXT gets some new tapings. I look at the taping spoilers because my friend tells me this stuff, and I look and I get pissed off even more. I'm not going to spoil the NXT tapings here. I know them because of my friend.
If you could spoil them after the podcast,
but
I would love.
But what I saw pissed me off even more. So, in reaction to Dana Brooke, I'm sorry about her loss earlier this year. I think her and Titus Worldwide doing her business typing, it gives her something to do. Congratulations, but she did not deserve that elimination. And it went so underneath the radar. That should have been, if it was going to eliminate, it should have been Sasha or Becky, someone of relevance, not Dana Brooke.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right.
Utter rage.
E4, the Legends in the match. What were your opinions on the Legends?
Totally predictable and just.
No, them wrestling.
Oh, okay. Some of them was pretty okay, you know, to be expected and stuff like that. You know, Beth Phoenix, whatever. I mean, although, you know, when she was trying to lift up Nia, and I was just like, you okay there? You know, Michelle McCool, you know, Jacqueline was probably the one I was just like, seem kind of dusty there, girl. But whatever. It's nice to see somebody else with a bigger forehead besides Sasha.
And Molly Holly, of course, Molly Holly.
I know. What she did. I mean, they all look good. I will admit, they still look good. You know.
Oh no. Kelly is still shit. She's been shit for decades.
I wasn't talking about her wrestling. I just said as far as just look. Well, you know what? I can't even count that because there is this thing, it's called plastic surgery. But and again with the women's drink, that just goes to show you that. And I've said this before. They probably just need to. The women's division needs to be completely repackaged. You can just go put them on their own division. They need to have more titles. They need to have more shit to do. There's literally only one belt per show. The Raw's women's and the SmackDown women's. It's like, what the fuck else am I supposed to do? If I'm a mid-carder or a jobber, like I just don't have shit else to do besides attempting to go for this, same belt that 12 other women are going for or whatever like that. That was pretty much just them scraping the fucking, and Vicky Guerrero. That just.
Oh my god, that part had me wondering.
I thought that was hilarious.
It was hilarious, and then Carmella came out and she, knocked Carmella out the damn briefcase.
No. How about we say exactly what she did? She lightly pushed her, okay? But that leads me to the next thing.
Lightly pushed her.
Dark Wave, your opinions on the female legends in that match?
I have one legend I was highly impressed.
Molly Holly?
Michelle McCool. No. Michelle McCool. Okay. They booked her to be a beast. And I would love to see her back. Molly Holly, her Molly go-around looked good. She looked good. She looked the same. Mm-hmm. Kelly. Oh, Kelly.
The cameraman holding on to where she was almost at the top rope and her leg split.
I don't know. In the match, she 50-50 botched her own move. Kelly is a weird one. I never hated her, but I never truly liked her. And I'm not talking about looks. I'm talking about in ring and her character and all that. I can't say I liked her. I can't say I didn't like her. I can't even say I didn't even care about her. I thought she was just like, I want to say there to kind of fill the roster. I even forgot she was a Diva champion. I legitimately forgot that until I did some research on YouTube before the Rumble. Jacqueline, I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, that's all I could really say was okay. Lita looked good.
Oh nah.
Again, her moonsault was terrible, but everything else was fine.
Sasha was kicking her. We'll get to it.
Oh yeah, we seen it. Yeah. I saw the meme. I saw the meme on Twitter.
Okay. Now,
Trish looked good. She looked great. She looked like she could come back and do a couple matches.
That's called plastic surgery, my dear man.
Who, Trish, or are we talking about Tori Wilson, who I believe had plastic? That doesn't even look like the same woman.
Well, we can say both, but I definitely would say for Trish, there is no way in hell.
Trish for me was never good in the ring. People always have this thing of.
I mean, she was okay.
She was right?
She was okay.
But like,
she wasn't
go
like.
back and watch one of her matches, right? The Mickie James feud. Watch it. Who carried all?
I mean, that was her highlight.
It was Mickie James carrying that match, man.
It's not that Trish was the greatest performer. She's the most winning in women. I mean, she was. Here's the thing about Trish. Here's the thing about Trish that I will always kind of defend her about. If you remember Trish, she used to be nothing more but an eye candy woman who used to strip for Mr. McMahon and bark like a dog.
Yeah, I remember.
She went from that to DNA with Test and Albert, God rest Test Soul, and all that stuff. Over time, she became a competent competitor.
Yeah.
From where she was to where she became, you have to give her,
her credit. Yeah.
Some looks in it. She. No one's saying she's the best ever. I don't say she's the best. I mean, that's the same as saying, you put Trish as the best women's wrestler, saying like John Cena's the greatest person ever in WWE. She's not the best wrestler. I think she was good from where she came from. I think she was damn good from where she came. I don't think she was better than the Litas or the Jazzes or the Mickey James or the Gail Kims. But she was good considering where she came from. So in that Royal Rumble, I don't know about her looks or face or I know she got breast reductions. I know she did get that because she didn't want them and she wasn't in WWE, so she didn't need them.
Oh yeah.
I could say she looked good in ring. I think she could do a couple of matches, maybe about 2 or 3 more, and I'll be done.
Nah.
As a heel.
Nah.
Not babyface.
No,
I think she could.
She good. No, I don't want to see her back.
No, she's.
It's either. If we can get Dana Brooke, Tamina, Carmella in matches, I'm sure Trish Stratus is probably better than at least 60% of that woman roster on main roster.
Okay.
Think about Tamina's, Carmella's, Lana's, Dana Brooks. Would you rather have all of them, or would you rather see a Trish Stratus match? I take a Trish Stratus match over any of those.
I take a Tide Pod.
Trash.
Oh damn! He just said he'd rather die.
Trash.
Alright, but no joke. The next thing, man, the botches in that fucking match. What do you guys think of all the fucking botches that everyone in that match had? Up to and including rolling out the fucking ring for 0.
Who starts?
Anybody. Whoever starts, y'all have the floor in this one. Because
I can say it like this. I'll say it, and E4 can go on her rank. I sense it in her soul. I think the women roll out the ring, one, because they probably couldn't handle the full stretch of time.
Oh, you mean
pretty much, the full iron, the full. I'm not saying they couldn't, but I think WWE wanted to kind of protect it that way, so when they remembered their spots, I guess, in a way. Because if you notice, a lot of women multi matches are clusterfucks.
Oh.
So to minimize it to where Nia was eliminating one person at a time, I guess it was easier for the women. But if they ever do this again, which I'm sure they will make it a year thing, that rolling out of the ring needs to stop ASAP.
They need to change the rule for them because they can't. And Peter on what he said, what Wild Fang saying, the women can't. They can't work the rope. They can't. Half of them can't, or not even quite as tall, or can't even get over the rope and stuff like that, or make it work like how the men can. And again, I'm a woman, so I'm fine with saying this. If you guys don't want to be called sexist or whatever, but that whole rolling out of the ring, it was very confusing. I was getting highly annoyed because I was like, why the fuck is Sasha Banks back here? Why the fuck is Bayley back here? Didn't they just get out of the ring? And it was like, no, they went under. I was like,
I think most of the women went over the rope better than I expected them to. I'm not going to deny what I saw. From what I saw, they went over the rope. Some of them, anyway, pretty decently. Some of them it's like this. The women that we cared about went over the rope properly.
Yes.
Let's face facts. The only women we cared about in that match were Sasha.
No,
Becky.
I didn't care about her.
Becky,
yes.
I cared about Sasha because I like Sasha. I want NXT Sasha because that's what I was seeing in that match. So, but the women, basically all the big time women that actually mean something in WWE today went over the rope fine. Everyone else I gave 2 craps about. The legends, who cares? The Dana Brooks, who cares?
Who eliminated Dana Brooke anyway? I don't remember.
I think it was Lita. No, was it Lita? It was someone. I think it was a legend.
Okay, so
arguably the best part of that whole match.
Why did the legends outshine the New Blood?
That was
Because
the whole point of this
they
Royal
gave
Rumble.
them basically.
Okay.
It wasn't meant. Listen, there was two things this Rumble was doing. One, to put over legends like the Mollys and the Trishas, and B, for the whole political agenda, women have to do everything the men do.
Oh wait, no, my bad.
Yeah.
And for the ending.
I made a quick mistake. I said the old guard. I meant everybody except for the Bella twins. Outshine everybody.
Who cares about the? I don't. The Bellas are. I don't. The Bellas are terrible. I've never liked them. I never will like them. They're absolute garbage to me.
They're
Bree is cringe, and Nikki is
John Cena's girl.
literally a John Cena in female form.
That's why I thought it was hilarious when she came out and all you heard was John Cena sucks. It was like, yeah, good. That's all you're worth now.
I don't know. It's just. It was meant for the legends. It was meant to put over a political agenda. It was meant for the last part of the Rumble. It was all meant for that.
Okay.
So I told you, as soon as I saw Lita, I said, yep. And all the women for 25th Raw anniversary is going to be out here. That
was fine. I mean, cause who else is there? Who else you going to see? Gail Kim is
literally. There's nothing
retired.
in the women's division because, again, like I said, it needs to be rebranded. I think the women just need to have their own show, like 205 Live, and as much that way they can just have their own focus, their own thing. There needs to be women tag belt, women something else. Just create something.
That's not even enough women on the roster.
It's not. And if they can join, it's just they need to do something with the women because I'm going to say what you said a few podcasts ago. I don't care about none of the storylines or nothing that's going on with the women.
What the women need, because what you're saying is fine. If they had enough women, their own program, their own show would be fine. I'd be all for it, like Shimmer and all the other women promotions out there. But since they don't have enough, what the women need is direction. There is no way that everybody is a number one contender for that title. There's no way. There is no way that every week Bayley, Sasha, and are the only two contenders. Now, granted, yes, are those your big stars on the Raw roster? Sure, but it should be one number one contender, one champion, and the feud should be between that. You can easily make the women's division as captivating as anything on the television. Okay, the feud is. I'm just gonna throw random names. The feud is Asuka and Sasha. Sasha's champion. She turned heel. She betrayed Bayley. Okay, whatever. She became champion. Asuka fights her. That's your program. Sasha and Asuka, right? So, what's your mid-card program? Well, you need to build other people up. Have Bayley feud with, I don't know, Mickie James. Turn Nikki heel. Have them feud. And then have eventually that feud. When that feud ends and the Sasha and Bayley feud, Sasha and Asuka feud in, you can kind of coordinate Asuka or whoever's the champion into that feud. Not everyone needs to be featured at one time. You don't need to have Nia Jax on every channel.
Here's the thing for that, because the fact that there's only one damn belt on every single program, so everybody has to go for that same damn belt. So therefore, we have to see every damn body. We have to see Nia Jax every week. We have to see Bayley. We have to see Sasha.
The problem.
We have to see Alexa. We have to see Charlotte. Now, if there's more than one damn eye candy, one more damn belt or trophy for somebody to go for, we don't have to sit here and constantly see Alexa and all this other kind of shit, and then blah 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 blah. We don't have to see it. We can see them going for something else. If you want to sit here and have the women do exactly every goddamn thing that the men's do, y'all made a fucking WWE Universal belt, which is god awful. It's garbage. Anybody touched it, it's just horrible. That belt is just poison. you can sit here and make another freak something for the women.
Well,
and like you said, there's not. Yeah,
they can build it like NXT. They can build the women's like minus the tag belts because there's not enough women for a tag division. It's just not, and half the parents waiting makes sense. You can easily make that division. If they booked it like NXT. Look at Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black. No championships. I say, you gotta have your contender. Your top woman. That would be, in this case, it'd be Alexa Bliss, right? She's your champion. Who's after Alexa? That's the number one contender. You can have programs between the other women. Look at Aleister Black and Velveteen Dream. There was no belt. There was no gold one. Matter of fact, gold wasn't even discussed.
Yeah,
if you can build
a name, and it was fucking.
They fought over a name, and it was the best feud of NXT probably in years. You can build the women's division that way. You don't have, like I said, what I mean by don't have them on TV, you don't need to feature Nia Jax on TV every week. She doesn't need to be on TV every week. If she's not doing anything, if she's not important, don't stick her in random 6-man tags to build up time. Build a story. Bailey and Mickie James. Turn Mickie heel, and that can be another feud. That can be an inter feud other than championship. And then eventually their match could lead to the next storyline progression for the champion. But once Alexa and whoever she feels finished, they're going to need another challenger. The winner of the Bailey and Mickie feud could be. It would make sense for them to step up and come out. Alexa could cut a promo, and then Bailey could come out. After her feud with Mickie James, after her long feud with Mickie James, and proclaim she's number one contender. And then maybe she has a match against a champion and wins. You can build up storylines that way. You don't need to have, would it be nice to see another women's belt? If they was in their own division with enough women, sure. I would 100% agree. But as it stands, there's not enough, unless you combined all of NXT, all of the women from all promotions, and then maybe you can do something.
That's what I think they need to do. I think to take the women, just all of the women, because and they can't even make the argument, well, the women on NXT. No, because Ember Moon, Kairi Sane, you had the women that was on NXT in the Royal Rumble, so I don't want to hear that excuse. Combine all of the women, NXT, Raw, SmackDown, all of the divisions and stuff like that, put them on their own show, rebrand them, repackage them, create several new belts, new titles, things for them. Give them actual meaningful storylines, because again, and this is not trying to take nothing away from the men, because I am clearly not feminist. The men take over the shows, and I have no problem with that, because again, I don't care about the women's division at this point.
We know why that happens too.
Yeah,
who's going to pay to see? But I mean, and this goes. I think one day you want to talk about the pay between women and men.
Oh yeah, we do.
I mean,
we could talk about that when we're done here.
This all goes into it. So she brought up the show. I might as well bring it up briefly. I mean, people say, "Oh, the women should get paid equal." I don't disagree with that. But at the same time, who goes to a show to strictly see Sasha Banks?
Nobody.
Who goes to a show? I mean, as much as I love, who goes to a show to see? You're not going to pay these women Brock Lesnar money when no one comes. That you're not investing your product into them. They should be paid. If what I've heard is true, they're getting paid. They should be paid a little bit more by far. But at the same time, no one. You're not at the top of the card. You're not. No one comes to see you. On main roster, the women matches have been from average to below average, except for here recently with Sasha and Asuka and Bailey and Asuka, and even that match was not better than Sasha and Asuka. The women and the women on the roster is just. They have to accept something. They have to accept one simple fact. And it's sad to say it. WWE will always be dominated by the male face. It's just what it is. Because one, that's what it's been built upon. Bruno Sammartino, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, The Rock, Do you hear any women in there? Yes, there are iconic women, the Mae Youngs, the Fabulous Moolahs, the Trish Stratuses, the Alondra Blazes. You know, the list goes on. But the founders of WWE, the core people who made money for WWE, are the men.
Yeah.
So you know they're going to pay them, and I know you don't. I'm just the general public. You know the people who come out here and say, "Oh, the women are," you know, it's like they should be paid.
My thing
draws though, so who cares?
You know, they're and even then, you know, people have to accept that. Now
here's my thing.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I was just gonna say, if for an example, all right. So say like I'm Naomi. Sorry, I really like Naomi, but I'm just gonna say it. I'm Naomi. Obviously, I'm not expecting to make the same amount of money as somebody like, I don't know, AJ Styles. This is out of the question.
Yeah,
the face of SmackDown Live. I'm not gonna expect to walk up in some Vince's office, Stephanie's office, and be like, I'm getting paid less, and I need to be paid the same amount as AJ Styles. They're gonna laugh me right out of there. However, I don't think that if somebody, let's just say, all right, that I'm making, you know, hundreds of $1,000s, whatever like that, less than, you know, and my husband is one of the Usos or whatever like that, you know, they have their belt. I am a 2-time women's champion or whatever like that. I am featured heavily onto the show, whatever like that. I have my own story. I have this and that and that. I should not be paid quite significantly less. And again, and it's that whole controversy thing. And then I think that with Wildfang, when we had a discussion about this, where I read some of the injustices with the women, not even besides pay, and you can correct me on this, that if you know, women come to the show, whatever like that, and they're not even supposed to be featured, and they're like, "Hey, Cecily, we don't even kind of need you for this SmackDown draft." I'm like, "Oh, well, I can go home, right?" No, you still have to stay.
No one in WWE really, like, when you come, it's like,
it's not the same for the men. If you're not featured, Keenan, I just used your government. Sorry, Dark Wave.
Well, that goes for some people, because a lot of people. Ty Dillinger hasn't been used in months, and he's always backstage.
Yeah,
it counts only for It counts for people like Randy Orton. It counts for people like John Cena. It counts for those people who are already paid their
part timers.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, basically. Because, well, Randy Orton is full-time, but he's part-time. He doesn't do really house shows that much. But it's like, if you've paid your due, like a John Cena, like a Undertaker, you know, someone like that, who's been there for 10-plus years, and I'm like, hey, yo, Randy, we ain't got much to do for you, so you technically can go home. You've earned that. Now, to go back to the money thing right quick, like I said, I don't agree with the women being paid significantly less. But then again, how do you think some of the men feel? Some of the men, look at the. I don't know if you have seen them, but did you see the prices that some of the men are making? You got Seth Rollins making like Seth Rollins. You know, Seth freaking Rollins, the former 2-time WWE champion. He's making what? I think $2 million. That's $10 million less than Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
I think Cena makes like $8 million. I think Roman makes like more than Rollins. For what?
I thought Roman made more than made pretty much Brock Lesnar money because
no one's up there. No one is up there. Brock Lesnar's making like $12 million,
which makes me so disgusted.
He makes like $12 million. He makes, and this is why I always, this is why I was trying to tell people. Yes, I think every woman should make no less than $1 million on that roster. No less. $1 million should be easy for them. But if you look at the men, they're making $2 million. Got this man Brock Lesnar who works a couple matches a year, and he's making $12. Yeah. That's a $10 million price difference.
And we see Seth almost every week on Raw, don't we? Or just about every week. Yeah, we see him out every week on Raw.
Yes.
Brock, we see him. We saw Brock. What was it before the Rumble or whatever? Yeah, Rumble, WrestleMania. Yep, that's when we're gonna next see Brock. That's pretty much it.
You'll see him on a couple Raws building up WrestleMania, and then you'll see him on WrestleMania, then he'll disappear again until wherever they decide to do his contract.
And it's already been known that Brock doesn't particularly so much care or whatever like that. And I'm not gonna go on Brock Lesnar because I cannot stand him.
You know, but what I was gonna say earlier, going to your point about the women's show, I wouldn't mind that. But first, they need to fix the problems on main roster. They have got to fix the problems with the women before you even give them. Because honestly, if the women came out with a show, okay, and they were booked the same way they're being booked now, would you really watch it? Would you even care? No. Why would you? If they're being booked like they are now, the whole, they can bring in a women's United States title, they can bring in a women's tag title, they can have the women's championship, unification match, first show between Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. They can do all that, but the women are still being booked terribly, even with all these belts. You're not going to watch the show anymore. The show that you would advocate for, you still wouldn't watch. You may watch the first couple episodes, and then you realize it's garbage. And you're like, why would it? They have to fix the problems on main roster. And from what it looks like, from the last couple of weeks on Raw, it looks like we're getting that. We're getting great matches out of women. Sasha and Asuka was probably one. That was a WrestleMania quality match. I wouldn't mind seeing it again. That's how great it was, in my opinion. That was NXT level great.
Oh yeah, you're right. But moving on. Moving on a little bit though. The end of the female Royal Rumble and Ronda Rousey coming out and putting a fucking sign.
Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
Fuck that. Okay. First of all, her jacket was way too big. Granted, that was Roddy Piper's jacket. The jacket
that was Roddy Piper, given to her from his son to borrow.
I did not care. Okay. First of all, she looks stupid. Second of all, why in the blue hell was she pointing at my fucking WrestleMania sign? She hasn't done anything.
Well, I already told you why. Because if Asuka, whoever Asuka picks, which at this point she might as well just pick Alexa. I don't fucking care. But let's just say Asuka picks Alexa Bliss or whatever like that, right? Ronda's going to WrestleMania, and she's going to debut at WrestleMania, and she's going to go up against Charlotte. I'm calling that.
The rumor she's going to face, they're doing a mixed tag match with her Mania, so that's the rumor.
She needs to go to NXT and get developed.
Well, first of all, she's too big for that. By name, she's too big for that. Unfortunately, she's just too big. That's why a mixed tag match would do her well. I legitimately have nothing. I am so sick of. I know why they're doing it. It gives the public eye and all this political bullshit. But to be honest, I just don't care. Okay. I honestly do not care about Ronda Rousey and WWE.
All right.
Why should I?
Yay, MMA fighters.
Yeah, Shayna Baszler, which,
Oh God, let's not. No more Shayna Baszler.
Oh, you're gonna hate what I tell you after this podcast. You're gonna hate what I tell you.
Oh yeah, this is good. But still, now next, right? That Monday Night Raw, right? When we got the announcement of the Elimination Chamber. First female Elimination Chamber. For me, I can honestly say, I was like, okay, here we go again. Another historic moment of history.
I like to let this be known that I did this match on WB 2K16 years ago. Thank you. Just saying.
Greatness, right? But then again, in the game, you could alter the match to make it good and actually have good story. But, whatever. Let's not have that, be a thing. What do I want to talk about here? How did you guys feel about them making the females Royal Rumble win irrelevant?
Talking about with the Nia Jax match?
Yeah.
Typical WWE.
Yeah.
Typical WWE. Typical WWE to stick Nia Jax in something because she has nothing to do. Why does she need to be on the card?
Why the fuck did she need to be on the card? It's the greatest question I
Same with Asuka. I love Asuka, but what is she needed on the card for? Why does she need to face Nia Jax? I get it. Let's cut to the chase here. WWE think we're a bunch of idiots. We've seen these two face in NXT. Asuka beat you not once but twice in NXT. What is this?
On the main roster too, if I can recall.
Yeah, she beat you on the main roster where you couldn't even continue the match. She beat you so bad you couldn't even continue. I mean, come on. You can't. WWE thinks we're idiots.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
legitimately.
All right. Now, my next question. Are you ready for that match? The Elimination Chamber match.
Whose?
I was about to say which one.
The females one.
I mean,
I'm not.
honestly, it's quite. Here's the thing. Either one or two things happen. We go to predictable route of finally getting Alexa versus Nia. Like anyone wants to see that match.
No.
Or we get the match we want or have won it at least on the main stage with Bayley versus Sasha at Mania. How we get there? Bayley wins the Elimination Chamber. She eliminates Sasha by maybe a roll up. Maybe Sasha was going for something against who knows, and maybe Bayley rolls her up. Kind of playing back to how she eliminated Bayley from the Royal Rumble. Bayley wins the Elimination Chamber. Sasha comes out there to congratulate her, turns heel. You can have Asuka, Charlotte. Although I don't want Asuka on SmackDown because SmackDown apparently doesn't know how to book anyone from NXT, right? But if you go the route, if she does challenge Charlotte, you can have Becky. You can have Bayley versus Sasha. Or you have Sasha win the match and give us Sasha versus Asuka again, but with a heel Sasha.
Yay.
But we'll probably get Nia versus Alexa.
Okay. All right. Next thing, if I can remember. Oh yeah, that Raw. Seth Rollins getting mad at Jason Jordan because that's the other biggest thing that happened.
That's the only thing that happened on Monday Night Raw.
You're right. That was the only thing that happened. You son of a bitch! I was like, oh yeah, okay, it's over. Yep.
You never want to listen. You never want to learn. What the hell? I was just It's always about I, never about we. I was just defending myself. I again, you son of a bitch. There you go. End of Monday Night Raw.
Yeah. Mother right now could have cut off right there, and I would have been hype. But what do you feel about the week before John Cena beating Finn Balor, and then next? No, this is a compounded question. This is compounded. John Cena not only beating but getting destroyed by Philly, getting drawn up, getting actually caught up by Philly by actually getting kind of lambasted to the point where he had to apologize to Philly at the end of Raw off camera. And how do you feel about the fact that they had a match for the last spot in the chamber before everyone was fucking in the match? Go.
Okay.
I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, we were gathered here today in fond memory of wrestler. His name is Finn Balor. He died, as many of you all have known, via John Cena. It's a fantastic wrestler, just we don't, I don't know why that, he WWE and, he constantly was buried. We've been seeing the signs and stuff for it. And, he was kind of there, and then, he took, got buried more with Kane. But he just lost his good fight and will to live when he got buried by John Cena. I don't understand none of that.
Honestly, John Cena, good lord. John Cena beating Finn Balor made no sense. It really didn't. But they have to build intrigue with John Cena. But ultimately, just how no one stays dead in DBS or Dragon Ball in general, that match seemingly was for nothing because now we get second chance matches. Oh boy, we don't know who's gonna win that one. I honestly, you know why? I was actually, I ain't gonna lie, I was actually happy John Cena beat Finn. You know why?
Why?
Because ultimately, whether Finn's in the match or without the match, they do it for Roman. So, why do I want him in the match? He'll lose anyway.
Oh,
he will lose anyway.
Yeah, he's going to lose to Mr. The Big Dog is on the hunt. Anywho, now for SmackDown, 1 week was pointless, so I don't remember anything. But the recent SmackDown, because this is the last thing we're going to talk about today. Wait, yeah, this is the last thing we're going to talk about today, unless anybody else has anything. AJ Styles, turning the match into a triple threat, and then Shane McMahon turning the match into a fatal four. Hold on.
Oh!
E4, you first. You first.
No, I am not going to go first on this one. One of you guys go first. I'm not going first.
Oh man, who works at WWE? Who writes the show? Is it Road Dogg? Isn't it Road Dogg? Oh, you didn't know?
Oh yeah, didn't he say that 205 Live is perfect? I mean, I'm pretty positive his opinion is shit. But, you know,
who works on SmackDown? What is the logic with this? Dolph? Okay, no. Okay, let's take this back. So didn't they do a top 10?
Yeah.
Like, and someone who wasn't even on TV for months was number 10. Oh, Ty Dillinger, aka Perfect 10, or whatever. So you're telling me that we put two people who A wasn't even in the rankings, and B have nothing to do with the WWE Championship in a match to make the WWE Championship from a triple threat to a fatal four-way. For what? For what? Nothing makes sense. I could see if maybe they was in the top 10, but they're not even in the top 10. My God, man, WWE. That writing on SmackDown Live is atrocious. I don't know what is happening on that show, man.
It's not even that.
I'm starting.
AJ Styles seemed like the biggest retard, like the biggest mouth breather in the world. Oh, like AJ, why did you attack Sami Zayn? And technically,
hey man, he pissed me off, man.
Won the match because he hit Sami Zayn first. So technically, it should not have been.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Damn it.
He hit.
You're right.
And then it's a double count out. The fuck are you talking about? He hit Sammy first. He didn't hit Kevin Owens. He pushed Sammy.
I don't know what's going on SmackDown Live, man. I don't know, man. I legitimately have no idea what is going on with the SmackDown Live division, the writing on the show. I don't know anything anymore with that show, man. I legitimately sit here and look at SmackDown Live, and I'm saying to myself, do they think we're idiots or something? Or are we supposed to, like, wipe it under the rug? Or are we supposed to forget?
Shit.
AJ making a triple threat. Good job, AJ. I guess. Was that your plan?
I guess.
But I don't know, man. I just don't know.
E4, what is your opinion on this?
Jesus Christ, man. WWE.
Yeah, I second to this. I don't understand what's going on with SmackDown. I don't know how I can apply or how we should apply to part of the creative team or something like that with the writers, and just be like, what the fuck is going on?
I swear, man, it's like the Wild West up there. And they just go out there and do. It's like, all right, guys, what we're going to do tonight? I don't know. All right, we'll just book on the fly, I guess.
What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? This kind of
shit. Man. Did Baron Corbin wrestle the last 2 weeks? No. Dolph Ziggler back, right? Yeah. Hey, let's put him in a match and let's just make Fastlane. We advertised 2 months ago. We advertised a fatal 5-way, so I guess we gotta try to live up to that. So we'll just put him in a fatal 4-way. And hey, but next week we might give him a fucked finish, so it'll be a fatal 5-way like we advertised, just minus Shinsuke and Randy Orton. Hey, that's a great idea. Yeah. What's the logic? We supposed to put logic in this? I just thought we were supposed to just make something happen.
What the fuck?
We're supposed to put logic.
What does that mean? Can I get a definition?
We're supposed to put logic in this?
Oh, you
we're supposed to put logic?
Yeah,
just ask for a match.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ,
I thought
man.
logic meant Cena wins automatically. And or John Cena.
No.
Wait, is it John Cena the same person? You just said the name twice. I meant Roman Reigns, John Cena, that one. Oh, okay.
Logic is Roman wins everything, man. Yeah.
LOL, you know.
Yeah, I thought Raw stands for Roman always wins.
Can we talk about the good thing of SmackDown Live? The RKO's out of nowhere. That's the only thing
Oh my god,
happened on
that
SmackDown
RKO
Live.
with Bobby Roode, that was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, real quick.
Your boy Orton. Your boy Orton doing a little Bobby Roode and does his pose. You know, I made a YouTube comment.
That was so disrespectful.
Someone made a YouTube comment like, really? We're just going to have Randy Orton doing this? And I typed to him in the reply, I said, well, it worked for Stone Cold for his long run when he used to come out stunning once, so why not? My comment got over 70 likes. And you know what? Why not? What's Randy Orton doing? I mean, he ain't doing shit. So why not just come out there and RKO people?
Makes sense.
Why not?
All right.
That makes more sense than everything on SmackDown Live.
All right. Let's wrap this podcast up. Fucking Raw and SmackDown agitate me so much. And NXT is amazing. All right, guys.
Oh, you're right.
I'm sorry. All right, guys. We're signing out. This is Wild Fang. There's Dark Wave over there. And there's E4. I'll see you later. Oh, my fucking...
Bah.
Don't waste no time. Don't even waste no time. Listen, go home and stay home. You can't talk. Damn it, go home! Go!